Good morning, good evening, good afternoon guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a beautiful day. Please, before we start this video, give this video a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. Click the subscribe button to join the family, and let's go with the intro. Okay, so I'm just back from the pool and it was such a good session. It was 3k, just a bit of speed and skill, so we're starting to kind of ease down for BUCS this weekend. I've got two hoodies on because it's cold, don't judge me, and yeah, that's all I've got ready to report. So I'm making lunch, let's go. Happy Tuesday guys, and so far I've had a pretty chill morning. I've just kind of took some time to myself and had a good chill, tidied up my room a little bit and written some goals for the weekend. So overall, my general goal is I just want to enjoy the weekend and have a laugh and let my hair down. I think often I go to meets and I'm a lot more serious than what I need to be, and at the end of the day I'm there to have fun and the outcome is what it is. And I think that Ross Edgley puts it really well in the sense that if you think about the process, the outcome will inevitably happen. So in the sense of when he was swimming around Great Britain, he said that if he focused on putting one arm in front of the other repetitively, the outcome would eventually happen.
When I was with the Royal Marines, some of the best advice they gave me was think about the process. So if you constantly think I'm going to, as efficiently as possible, put one arm in front of the other, and I keep doing that, and I never say quit, the outcome becomes inevitable.
So through that I've written a few process goals, and I think that they are doable and I do think that they are achievable, but I also think that it'll be really interesting to see if they do hold up, especially considering my breathing pattern has took quite a while for me to maintain in training, so it will be interesting. So overall I am gonna maintain my breathing pattern of 2-3-2-3 on my freestyles, so my 1500, my 800, my 400 and my 200, and I want to maintain my kicks off the wall on backstroke, so on my 200 back and my 50 back. Now my 50 back, because it is shorter, I do want to maintain a higher stroke rate and I don't really want to think too much about stroke count, but for my 8 and my 15 I want to make sure that I'm maintaining a fairly consistent stroke count, and I'm okay with maybe increasing 1 or 2 or decreasing 1 or 2, but anything over that I would ideally like to stay within the 1 to 2 mark plus or minus of the starting stroke count. Obviously from a dive it's totally different, so from the second length. So for my 200s I would like to tactically achieve the same thing. I think it'll be interesting considering I've not really trained much backstroke, but quite often my backstroke can be really good when I've not trained it much. So I want to really focus on the stroke rates in my 200. I think I struggle to increase the stroke rate and hold it, so I want to challenge that, and between the second and the third 50 of the 200 kind of hold the stroke rate as much as I can. So that's kind of the rundown of what I want to achieve. As I've been saying it, it will have popped up here because my editing skills have progressed. And yeah, I am really looking forward to it. BUCS is always such a good meet because we go as a team, we spend time as a team, there's a lot of banter kicking about, bus journey is always hilarious, and generally the team does tend to have its back a lot more when it is travelling together. Just from experience, I found that from Stirling and from when I travelled with the team and stuff with Dumfries. So I think it will be a really good meet. And last weekend I obviously felt really sore. Last night I had a chiropractor appointment to put my hips in line again. I'll put a picture up here so that you guys can see the fact that my hips were out of sync, and I've had quite a problem with this, especially that I've noticed since maybe June. So basically what's happened is my hips and my spine have totally went out of line, and it does just tend to do that. The chiropractor I went to was so good, and she is really good at it. It's not your stereotypical chiropractor where they just crack everything. She just kind of knocks it back into place, and it's a lot gentler, and it's a lot more targeted focus. So now my hips are in line, and I will insert a picture of me now, if I remember to take one when I go to the pool. And I have a physio appointment, like a deep massage appointment on Wednesday, just to try and loosen up my shoulders because I am still pretty sore. And hopefully as the week goes on, because I have drastically dropped my meters from 28.5k to about 10k, hopefully that means that I'll start feeling pretty fresh. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, so we'll see. And I am really looking forward to this weekend. So I've got another couple of hours to just chill, and then I'm going to head to the pool, and I've got a 2.5k technique session. So that'll be really good, and I think I really need that. And I'm just going to slow it down and think about what I'm doing and enjoy it. So yeah. Guys, and happy Thursday. I hope that you're having, I hope you're having a beautiful day, but I mean, it's all the same vlog for you guys, so I don't really know why I'm trying to say that. So, just back from the last training session of the week, and do you know what, it wasn't as fast as I would have liked, but I feel good. So I'd rather feel good and be slow today than feel sore and slow. So in the grand scheme of things, it could be worse, and I am really looking forward to this weekend, and it'll be interesting to see where I'm at. It also will be interesting to evaluate how training's gone, because I have done things quite differently this season so far, and as yet I don't have qualifying times for short course. If I don't get them this weekend, it is not the end of the world. Well, I would like to race at short course. I might still get them this weekend. But in the grand scheme of things, to be honest, this season is just a bit of a pre-season before January starts back. So we will see. Last season, my fitness was not, at the end of the season, my fitness was not there. And given the fact that we are 9 weeks in, I think. 9 weeks isn't a long time to get your fitness back up, especially when I've been really starting from scratch, because the season last year was such a write-off and my fitness wasn't the best at the end of the season. So when you think about it in that sense, it'll be what it is, and I think it's a good starting block, but I am not going to beat myself up if it's nothing like rapid. So it will be interesting to see, and I am really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good weekend of racing. I think it's going to be really fun, really fast. Everybody's going to be racing. We're travelling with a team. It's always such a good meet, and it will be interesting to see how this is the first meet as a team with the new freshers in. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. So this morning we were training and we had pace. I wasn't overly far off, but I would say that I did feel good. So that is a good thing. I feel really relaxed. My legs don't feel sore, which is unusual. My legs normally feel sore. My shoulders feel great after seeing Ryan last night. And overall, I'm feeling good, which is a positive. And I'm gonna go for a nap because, I mean, I was training this morning, didn't want to get up this morning, and I mean, it was only 6:40, but at the same time, I just did not want to get out of bed. My alarm clock went off and I was just like, why so soon? So I'm gonna go for a nap because sleeping makes you swim faster.
Can I tell him our secret? Come here, come here. We're very, very stupid.
That is a largely generalized statement from me, but statistically we do actually recuperate and all of our hormones work better when they're well rested. So that is my theory behind it. Currently I am reading / listening to on Audible, not sponsored. Sponsor me if you want Audible, please. I would like some free books. But I am listening to The World's Fittest Book by Ross Edgley, and I am not gonna lie, it is very interesting, and I'm kind of really interested in the scientific aspect of training. I really want to look into it more. Okay, so usually I would take my old swim bag, but because it's a full weekend away, to be honest, I'd rather take a bigger bag than take 2 bags. So what I'm doing is I'm actually taking my big 2XU bag. Now, both Daisy and I have these and they are amazing. And they're like filled with like loads of compartments. So this bottom compartment is actually like totally watertight, which is quite good for like wet costumes and stuff. It's called the 2XU transition bag and it's just got so many pockets. Totally not sponsored. Okay, so I'm just about to pop to Sainsbury's now, and I'm just gonna go and get some snacks, some porridge pots and some squidgy squash so that I can take it with me just for the weekend, because I feel like it's easier to just get it now than get it while I'm down there. So I'm gonna go and do that now, and yeah, we'll report what I have bought. Do you know, this camera always makes me look like I've got lipstick on or like makeup on, and I woke up like this. Okay, just back from Sainsbury's, and they didn't have the porridge pots that I wanted them to get, but Daisy's out at the moment. Oh, the lighting's gone crap. There we go. But Daisy's out at the moment, so she's gonna get me the porridge pots that I want because they have more protein in them. And I just got some Fruzzly red berries, some Nature Valley oats and dark chocolate, and some of the porridge to go cranberry bar things. And I also got 2 apple and blackcurrant squidgy squashes. Now whenever I taste the apple and blackcurrant Robinson squeezy, it always reminds me of camps and training camps, because that apple and blackcurrant always seems to taste differently to me, and it always reminds me of being abroad and being training abroad, and just the taste of sun creamy apple and blackcurrant from your bottle abroad when it's nice and cold. It just reminds me of that, and I don't know if anybody else gets that, but that's just me. So I'm gonna go and get the washing from outside, seeing as I've got my coat on, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, so we've made it to Chefland, and today's swim was pretty decent. 1500. I feel like it was pretty decent, and it was not as fast as this time last year, but obviously bearing in mind I'd been ill and all of that, and it is a totally different season, and I am very happy with the time because it is a lot faster than last week, and I have a lot of technical things to move forward. I held my breathing pattern, and I think through that I've been able to realise that my core isn't as strong as what I would like, and also that I'm still not used to breathing to the right, so it means that I can work on the catch in the left. And we've just had a Deliveroo, and I've had a vegan katsu curry because Wagamama's is class for vegetarian vegan options, and to be honest, I love katsu, and I wasn't really fancying the aubergine katsu, so not an aubergine person. Do you like aubergine?
It's not a go-to veg.
No, I'd rather have like sweet potato or something. But we're just gonna have a chill night. We could put the telly on. It's still a luxury for me. I don't have a telly. Makes me sound like I'm a hobo. Yeah. And we're just gonna reset for tomorrow, where we have. Well, you have one swim, right?
Yeah.
And I've got 4 swims. And one of those is an 800 after a 1500. But it's good training, so let's go. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I know I look put together for once. Well, kind of. I have nice clothes on rather than gym clothes. But anyway, let's just avoid that. So, I didn't pick up the camera from the 1500 onwards. So, the Saturday I had 200 free. That was really good. But the one thing I would say is I'm just lacking a lot of strength. So I went out in about what I want to go out. But to be honest, I just kind of died. So I'm just lacking a lot of upper body strength, a lot of core strength. So I think that's the one thing I've taken from this weekend. I did hold my breathing pattern, so I am happy with it. And I also was really happy to have matched Brooke's time. So there's always been a lot of competition between me and Brooke, so I was happy with that. And then I had a 50 back, which was faster than I swam at Carlisle, so I can't complain about it. I don't really sprint, I don't swim backstroke, it was just a bit of a fun event. It's always nice to see that I still can't backstroke start. But yeah, Saturday was a great day. That was the morning. So then in the afternoon I was supposed to have a 200 back, but I pulled out of it based on the fact that it was so close, because I would have literally got out the 200 back and straight into the 800 free, and to be honest I didn't train for a 200 back, so I would rather my 800 free be much better. And do you know what, that decision paid off, because my 800 free was actually faster than what I swam at short course last year. So in December last year I swam slower than what I did on Saturday, so I'm very happy with that swim. Tactically, I made a decent move at 200. I kind of didn't want to go out too hard, but I wanted to go out hard enough so that I didn't have a lot to make up. And I think that I executed that perfectly. I maintained my breathing pattern, and the move I made at 200 was perfect. The only thing I would say is, again, I was lacking the strength to maintain it. So moving forward, because I'm not swimming in December at short course, I think that it's important for me now to get in a decent block of work to increase my strength now so that I can get the meters in later. So I think that is my plan moving forward. Sunday, all I had was the 400 free. Again, pretty happy with it. Again, decent time considering the fact that my starting point this year is a lot less than the year before, based on the whole glandular fever thing, and also tonsillitis and also the back injury, but let's just summarise it as glandular fever thing. But with the 400, I was pretty happy with it, because the 400 now, I don't really swim. 400 now for me is a very short event, and I was a little bit worried in the sense that 200's always been pretty hard for me to race, based on the fact that it's been a little bit too short for me, so I struggle with the shorter distances. But I actually executed it fairly well, and the one thing I would say again, strength was lacking. So moving forward, I'm just going to work on my upper body strength and my core strength. I'm going to do 3 core sessions a week now, but overall the whole weekend was amazing. And to think back, I made a post on Instagram, it's up here, to think that this time last year my goal for the whole weekend was to get on a block with a smile every time, and this year I didn't even have to think about that. It was just it just happened. Kind of makes me realise how far I've come, and it kind of makes me realise that despite the fact that last year was an absolute mayhem of a year, like nothing went my way, I do think that it was needed for me to come back faster and stronger. And I'm not too worried about the times from this weekend, because I feel like I have a lot to work on, and I would be worried if I didn't feel like I had a lot to work on and they were that slow. But I think the fact that I have a lot to work on gives me a lot of confidence in the fact that there's a lot of progression to be made. So that was the whole weekend. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was useful for you, because I know it's a meet that people coming to uni will want to know about. Basically, BUCS is the best event of the year because you travel as a team, there's so much banter, like honestly it is amazing. Even if you don't swim, like I've seen people who gave up swimming but just went for the fun of it. So honestly, if you're thinking about going to BUCS, then go, because it is such a great event and there's no pressure on you, and it's such a good learning experience. But it's also great to just be in that team environment and you really feel part of the team. And I think that this year Stirling as a whole was much more like a team than the year before, because the year before was very isolated into the squads, but this year I feel like everybody was just one team and it was just such a good environment to be in. So I'm gonna stop rambling, this video is probably pretty long. I want to thank you guys for watching, and remember to give this video a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. Click the subscribe button to join the family. That's just went straight over my face, but oh well. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love you lots. Bye.